Hey my dudes, welcome to What's a Smackdown. We are your hosts Tasha and Corie, and we are here to talk all things WWE. Okay my dudes, how juicy has it been this week? So obviously we've had the Raw and Smackdown shows already been. So let's start with Raw. We had Randy Orton versus Dominic happen last week. Randy Orton kick-started off the show.
Right.
Now when he came into Raw, we didn't know where he was going to be. We weren't sure. We had both CM Punk and Randy Orton's return be, I suppose, very televised on Raw, being the first Raw after the event that has just been. Now, so we've had the two returns happen, which seem to overshadow a lot right now.
Yes, definitely. Agree. Obviously now we know Randy Orton's on SmackDown, which is...
Yes, so he did sign to SmackDown, which was really cool to see. Because obviously we've got the bloodline story there. So they took Randy out.
Sure did.
And Randy obviously wants a shot at Roman. So potential championship match coming up. So if we see this happen, could we be seeing maybe a Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton? Randy becomes new champ. Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
That would be better, I think.
Could happen. Could happen.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So, like I said, we've had a massive overshadowing of Randy Orton and CM Punk happening. So, in terms of matches and potential matches, what we're kind of seeing here is I feel like we've seen a little bit more happen on SmackDown this week than we did Raw, perhaps.
Yeah.
We're looking at, like, Bianca Belair is stating she wants a title shot back. So she's after Io Sky, and we're seeing that happen. She just had her first match against Kairi Sane, which she completely dominated. No surprise there. Bianca Belair, you're always a beast. We love you.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So that actually comes back into what I was saying last time is I really I wanted to see her be champ again.
Yeah.
So that would be really cool. Would like to see Bianca Belair come and take that again.
Yeah.
And we've also got Logan Paul is back on the scene. Logan Paul's been away for a while.
Yes.
Basically, we haven't seen Logan Paul since he won the United States Championship, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And then, of course, Logan Paul's being Logan Paul. He's being a YouTuber. He's got his belt happening.
Yeah.
Apparently, too, this is a clause in wrestling. I didn't know this. But you are not allowed to have sex in your wrestling belt. It's actually something they state. Surprisingly, they have to state it, but they do. And Logan Paul broke this golden rule. Uh-oh. Anyway, that's just a little side note to how he's going as a champ there. But he's finally come back. And it looks like Kevin Owens is saying he wants a shot at his title.
Yeah, well, there's a US Championship tournament at the moment.
Yes, there is.
8 people, so I think Kevin Owens is probably one of the favourites to win that, definitely.
I like Kevin Owens.
Yeah, Kevin Owens is good.
I actually think he's a good wrestler too.
Yeah.
I've always liked Kevin Owens. Ever since I first sort of seen him, I have found him impressive. I think he's a very good wrestler.
He is.
I actually like him on the mic too. I think he's pretty funny.
He is pretty funny, actually, yeah.
So, like, I'm a fan of Kevin Owens there. And I guess we've seen also Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, yes, come down to defend Logan Paul. Like, you're like us, lad, as he says. Now, this was one of the first times for me that I had seen Grayson Waller really wrestle.
Yep.
I think he's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
I think he's got a really long way to go if we're ever really seeing him in the picture of anything.
Champion,
yeah. At the moment, I don't see a whole lot for Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
That's just me personally.
Yeah, fair.
Well, how do you feel about him?
Yeah, I'm still waiting to be impressed. You know, he hasn't impressed me yet. So,
no. People can change.
Give him time, you know what I mean? Give him
That's
time.
right.
And we'll see. But he hasn't done much for me so far.
Maybe he might be another case of those needs to go away and reinvent himself.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Possibly.
I just more look at him as a wrestler. And, like, there was so many bits that were not great in his match, like Kevin Owens, wow. Like, you could really see that he was nowhere near the connection. Very poorly done on his part. And that's something you can't help but notice if you literally are making it look really fake. Everyone already knows wrestling is staged. So the fact if you are a wrestler, you are at the big time, you're in WWE, you're in the major league right now, you have made it to the top league. You can't be fucking up like that. The shit has to be solid, you know? So, for me, Grayson Waller really dropped the ball. Didn't love that.
Yeah.
Okay, and tomorrow on Raw we have Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins. Now, you have always said you don't personally see Jey Uso ever really being a champion.
No.
Interesting. How do you guys feel about that? I personally think Jey Uso can be a champion. Is he ready for it just yet? I don't know. But I just feel like Jay maybe is still trying to find himself as a solo dude.
Yeah.
But I definitely think he's got the potential to be a champion for me personally.
We'll see, I guess. I don't see him beating Seth Rollins tomorrow.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
I think that will be more due to maybe Drew McIntyre or something like that, you know? Maybe some interference from someone.
And Drew McIntyre, like, what's been going on with him lately?
I'm not sure. He's versing Sami Zayn tomorrow, so...
Interesting.
We'll see how that one goes, which I think we already know how that one's going to go, but...
You know, I just think it's a real shame with what they've sort of done with Drew.
Yeah.
Because, like, I like Drew McIntyre as a good guy. And I think he prefers to be a good guy too.
Yeah.
I think you can really see that. I think it just suits him better too, but we're really not seeing much happen with it. Like, we are seeing him, but we're not really seeing, I suppose, what we would be wanting to see for him. When he won the title, obviously he won it WrestleMania during COVID.
Yes. Correct.
And that was like a shitty time for a lot of people. And imagine winning your title in front of no live audience. Which is very unusual for wrestling, especially WrestleMania. Like,
shit.
It just takes away completely.
That's right. 100%.
But okay, so we've discussed a little bit what's happened. Obviously, we can see. And another thing that, we did skip over last week on Raw was the Creed brothers are the number one contenders for the Tag Team Championship.
Yes, they are.
So that happened last week on Raw too. Again, like I said, I feel like we've massively had an overshadow here with Randy Orton's return and CM Punk. And obviously we've seen a lot of Randy Orton action since he's come back. He fought Dominic Mysterio, obviously demolished him. And then he was about to sign his contracts. Well, actually, no, he was given a choice at the start of the show, and we seen Paul Heyman come down. And basically, like, Randy, you don't want to be here. So it's safe for you on Smackdown. Go to Raw. And Solo comes out with Jimmy, and they decide to try and, get stuck into Randy. Obviously, that does not go well for them. LA Knight runs out as well. We love LA Knight. He's always good. And then Randy basically makes a decision. Like, fuck it, I know where I'm going. And he's straight on SmackDown.
That's right.
So we can see this setup. It's really juicy. It's looking good. It's really setting up for a really nice, set of main events to come.
Yeah. Thinking Randy Orton and Roman Reigns Royal Rumble.
Yeah, nice.
For the Universal Championship, I think.
Yeah, I would like to see Randy win that.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
And see, this is the interesting thing because we really look at who people are defining in their opinions as the GOAT of wrestling, okay? And I just want to mention this because Roman Reigns is someone that pops up a lot. However, Randy Orton is always generally a notable mention. Correct?
Yeah.
This is just something that, I don't know, like, I mean, I don't want to put any bias on this at all when I say this because I don't think Roman Reigns is a completely trash wrestler. I don't think that's the case. Like, no, I don't like his finisher move. I think it could be cooler. But I just feel like Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton, if we look at like a GOAT of wrestling, I don't see why Randy Orton's a notable mention, yet Roman Reigns is considered a GOAT of wrestling. And obviously I know we talk about how long people have been in wrestling for. And the longevity of how long you've been there will really determine a lot of things that you've done. But then again, we look at the GOAT of wrestling in terms of, well, Roman's been reigning champion for the longest now. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's third or fourth, I think, all time.
Yeah, so that's pretty up there.
Yeah.
And I guess people looking at those stats and are like, well, he's the greatest. He's definitely the greatest. But I I suppose, you know, like I said, we look at Randy Orton, and for me, he is a man who's done so much.
Jay will cop it soon. Soon. I still think he'll get Jay.
You still think it's coming?
Yeah.
Well, look, he was out for 18 months.
Was it because of them two mainly? The Uso brothers.
Well, I suppose someone's got to pay, right? And he said everyone is going to pay. Do you remember? He said everyone's going to pay.
Yeah.
So, obviously that's looking juicy. Personally, like I said, for me, I want to see Randy Orton win that.
Yeah.
Because I would actually like to see Randy versus Cody at WrestleMania. I don't think we want, maybe some people want a replay, but why, guys? It's either going to be way predictable, like Cody Rhodes is going to win.
I just don't understand how a guy that wrestles about 8 times a year and cheats every time to win is so impressive.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I do agree. He's not often there. Again, speaking on people who are not often there, we've got another new champ, Logan Paul.
Yep.
Never there.
Yep.
Never there. Why? Why are you guys there? You are the champs of these shows.
That's right.
We should see you every single week. Every single week. That's when we should see you constantly. Like, there's... Really?
The only champion I see every week is Seth Rollins.
Agreed. Yes. He is the only one we see every week. But, like, and I know you guys probably hate me for us going back to the old days. But I remember back in, like, the Attitude Era, we would see The Rock and Stone Cold and Triple H, like, constantly when they were champions. They were always around.
Yeah.
You know, they were always rostered on every show, constantly there.
Right.
And if they weren't necessarily having a match defending their title, they'd probably be in a match of some kind. Or something would be happening with them. Of course, promo work, those type of things, but you would often see them. Whereas, but we reckon they say Roman Reigns wants to go Hollywood.
Well, might be a better actor than he is wrestler, hopefully.
Well, but here's the thing too, because he is The Rock's cousin, correct?
Yeah.
And The Rock went Hollywood. This is one of the reasons I stopped watching wrestling when I was younger. The Rock had left to become Hollywood. I was devastated, and for wrestling fans, a lot of them turned their back on him.
100%. I remember that.
Yeah, they turned their back on him because they felt he turned his back on wrestling.
Yeah.
Obviously, he made a good decision career-wise.
100%.
It was a smart thing for the man to do. But wrestling fans were like, no. And so what could happen to Roman Reigns? I mean, he's not here already. So people are kind of feeling like, well, you're not really here for us. So if you do go Hollywood, does it make a difference?
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't. Do you know what I mean?
It really doesn't. We see him, once every 2 months. So
well, you're right.
Show up once every 6 and you may as well act as well.
Well, he is technically an actor.
Well, he is.
Well,
but
he's acting more than he's wrestling. He's
100%.
acting his character more than he's showing us his athletic skill as a wrestler.
He cuts more promos and does matches. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I reckon.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think I only see Roman Reigns really wrestle at main events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the only time. And I don't know, if you are one of the GOATs to people and you are this great reigning champion, where are you?
That's right. Make me wait 2 months for a boring match.
Yeah, they're never really great either. That is true. He doesn't bring it. You
want to come every 2 months? Give me at least a 45-minute match, mate. Give me everything you got. You want to show up once every 2 months? Leave it all in the ring. I don't want this pissy 15 to 20 minute boring, shitty match when I haven't seen you in over 2 months.
True. We want something impressive.
And
you've been away for so long.
You're meant to be the champion of 3 years and one of the greatest of all time.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, not even top 25. Not even a chance of being top 25 for me.
Look, he's not my top 10.
He's not my top 25. That's how many better people I can think that are better wrestlers than Roman Reigns.
Look, I don't even know if I've got a top 20, to be honest.
I can think of probably 10 to 15 people from the Attitude Era that are alone that are better than Roman Reigns.
I can think of a lot of wrestlers that are better than Roman Reigns.
Let alone John Cena, like Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, all the newer people as well.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins is a better wrestler than Roman Reigns.
Look, Brock Lesnar, he's an interesting one because he is a really good wrestler.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar's a freaking
and he came in like a beast when he first started. Do you remember this man when he first came in? Holy shit. scary. This guy's a total beast, but every time he comes back, it's kind of like we feel, I don't know, like people are like, I'm sick of Brock Lesnar. I'm sick of Brock Lesnar. Where's Braun Strowman?
Back surgery.
Yeah, I know, but like when's he coming back? I'd like to see him back. He's a powerhouse. Yeah. He's really good.
He'll be out for a while.
And I feel like this is the problem. Like Big E was a good rising star, and he's out permanently. They reckon will never wrestle again because he broke his neck. And again, so what happened with Big E? That was a stunt gone wrong, correct?
Yeah.
Who was he wrestling with?
That Ridge Holland from Brawling Brutes. I tried to do belly to belly suplex.
Oh. And this is the point I was making kind of about with Rhea Ripley last week when I said I don't think she's a great wrestler. I see her trying to pick up women that she simply can't. What happens if she injures herself or one of these women trying to do something she can't do?
Physically, yeah.
That's my problem. If you can't do something properly, I know mistakes happen, but if you can't do something properly, you shouldn't be attempting it.
No.
There is too many people at risk here.
That's right.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, wrestling's fake. Like, yes, the outcomes are staged, but what they do is not. They actually put themselves on the line. They can be seriously injured in this. So I suppose watching it from that perspective, when you see wrestlers do dumb things to other wrestlers and you know, like, oh my God, you could potentially ruin their career. What the 100%. Fuck are you doing? Like, that's something that you can't help but feel like, you know, ooh, how do I feel about this wrestler?
Yeah.
What did they, like, are they professional? Or are they just trying to take the limelight? Because you do have to be professional, and being professional means you need to understand your limits.
Yeah, 100%. You really do.
And that's why we don't have wrestlers like Big E here right now.
Exactly.
Which is a shame, because I thought he was a good wrestler.
Yeah, yeah.
Big E was a very impressive wrestler, and like I said, who knows if they reckon he'll never wrestle again.
No.
That's a shame. That's really sad. But, you know, like I said, let's sort of get back to this.
Everyone wants Roman versus Cody again.
Oh, is that what they want?
Yeah.
So they actually want this?
Everyone's wanting that.
Why?
I seen a vote thing the other day, and it was like, you know, Roman versus CM Punk, Roman versus Randy, Roman versus Cody Rhodes, and Roman versus The Rock. Cody Rhodes was by a landslide.
I love The Rock, but no.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's not really going to happen.
But like what I said, CM Punk, Randy Orton, The Rock, Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes won by a landslide at WrestleMania versus Roman Reigns.
I just think that opportunity, that match has been, and it feels like if you do it again, it's either way predictable or way too disappointing because Cody's going to win, and, well, we knew that was going to happen, or Roman's going to win, and everyone's going to be fucking pissed, like almost like they're done with it, but even though no one's ever done with it. Everyone sits there like, I'm done with this, but we don't. We keep watching it.
That's right.
I suppose we're just waiting to see that happen. But I suppose here's an interesting point. Who does Roman want to be dethroned to? Because here's the thing too, a lot of wrestlers, when they have held them long reign, will have a say in who takes their title, just like they'll have a say in who retires them and these type of things. And speaking of retiring a wrestler, we will get back to that.
Sure.
But, you know, is Roman maybe feeling like, I don't want to drop this to Cody? So would he have to drop it to Randy? Then Randy would have to be like, okay, I'm willing.
Possibly.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, maybe Roman doesn't want to drop it to someone old either, like Randy. Thinks he's too old now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe thinks he's had his day, and he's, you know, wants to drop it to someone to give them their day type deal, you know what I mean?
And here's the thing when we speak about age, but in terms of old, is Cody Rhodes has been around for a very long time. However, he's never been world heavyweight champion.
No.
And he's never been, obviously, like, universal champion. Do you know what I mean? So we so badly want this for him, watching him, who's been in it for so very long. And I really like, personally, out of all the Cody Rhodes phases I have seen, because obviously we've seen him coming in with Ted DiBiase and Randy Orton. We've seen him do, is it Stardust?
Yeah, that was it at the end,
He did Stardust as well, which didn't go great. Am I missing one?
He did Dashing Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah, Dashing Cody Rhodes. Sorry, yeah. And now we're seeing him as the American Nightmare, which is a bit of a play on his father, who was the American Dream.
That's right.
And I actually personally feel like this is the best version of Cody Rhodes I have ever seen.
Yeah.
It works for him.
It does.
It really works for him. And I would love to see him win. I really would. I think he deserves that so much. And it would be really nice for his career.
I think all of this makes really hard to figure out who's going to win the Royal Rumble though.
Doesn't it? Oh my god. Yeah. Well,
Massively, because do you really think they're going to let Cody win 2 Royal Rumbles in a row? I don't think anyone's ever done that.
They could do it. They could make it like
I could be wrong, but I don't think anyone ever has won 2 in a row. I know people have won 2.
Yeah. Well, Stone Cold's done 3. He's won 3. Exactly. He has. That's correct. But generally, they wouldn't be consecutively, because people are like, this is bullshit.
That's right.
People don't want to see necessarily the same thing again and again, especially being a wrestling fan. You want to see, yes, you want to see the story's end, but you also want to see something be a bit juicy and exciting and feel new. And which can be hard to do when they have storylines go on for a year, 2 years.
Yeah.
It can be hard to revamp it and make it innovative
100%.
with new people.
I just think I don't know how they're going to make Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania when they're on separate brands if Cody doesn't win the Royal Rumble. How's that possible? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. No, because we made this point last time.
Right.
Yeah, we were discussing this to each other.
You can't just hit March, all right, I'm going to give Roman a call and ask him, I want a title shot at WrestleMania, because Cody's on Raw.
Well, how do people feel about, again, the splitting of the brands? I remember back in the day, both, they did split it for a while, but Smackdown got less ratings back then than Raw. So they basically merged the rosters to have ratings good on both.
Yeah.
And we're looking at, the talent of the wrestlers on the rosters. Yes. And when it comes to who can verse who and these type of things, I don't know if I love it 100%.
Yeah.
What do you feel?
I don't mind it, but the thing that frustrates me a little bit with it is if you're going to do it, stick to it. You can't have just people rocking up on both shows every week.
Doing what they want.
You know what I mean? Basically, it's like if you're going to have a system where people have to be on certain shows, Cody Rhodes can't come out and save LA Knight from the Bloodline because Cody Rhodes ain't on SmackDown.
True.
He's on Raw.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't, that can't happen. You know what I'm saying? I think SmackDown, storyline wise and things like that, I think SmackDown's amazing for women talent. I think they have, they have Bianca Belair, they have Charlotte Flair,
yeah, SmackDown is so good for the women.
They have loads of 100%.
Women, you know what I mean? And I think because there's so many women in the Royal Rumble too that are very good again, but it does make that one a bit tricky.
I think, like I said, I still like Bayley, like I said last time for the Royal Rumble, but I really like the idea of that new woman.
Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, she's a name that has popped up.
I think she could win it too, possibly.
I think I'm waiting to see her, and I actually think she is a really big contender here, especially someone who could just come out of nowhere 100%. And just fucking demolish. Could you 100%. Imagine? Could you imagine? People would just be like, this chick is next level. Who is she?
I think she'll be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope she does very well. I really would like to see her do very well because I like when we have new talents and they come in fire.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you get these new talents and they're not very good, you feel like, what the fuck, man?
That's right.
Oh my God, not another one. I shouldn't say that. But it's for me, I look at, like you said, the women wrestlers, Charlotte is an absolute beast. She's incredible.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair is incredible.
Yeah.
Raquel Rodriguez is incredible. Yeah. Shayna Baszler is a good wrestler. Zoe Stark is a good wrestler.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
We have so many good female wrestlers. And again, we have so many good male wrestlers as well. But the problem is a lot of them are older names. Not necessarily, Bayley, again, she's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
Older, but these people have been around for longer, especially if I look at the men's league.
Yeah, 100%. I think SmackDown definitely needed Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah.
Desperately.
Yes.
Because if I think of their top talent, just off the top of my head, I think LA Knight, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns is never there.
He's not even there. Exactly. If you're one of the top talents on the roster, where are you?
Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, they're not bad, but they're still they're still down here making their way. That's right.
Thank you. They're still growing.
They're still making their way. Kevin Owens is an established wrestler, and LA Knight's been You know, I
He's
know
killing
he
it,
hasn't been here
but
for
he's
that long,
killing
but
it.
he's been wrestling for 20 years. You know what I mean? And he knows what he's doing, and he's doing good. People love LA Knight.
That's an interesting point you make too, but he's been doing it for 20 years. Again, another person been around for a long time, finally just getting their come up.
Yeah, last year or so. So yeah.
And we want to
But
see the underdogs come up, right?
Yeah,
Is that what
that's right.
you want to see the people that worked hard get there, don't you? Like, you think they put in so much effort. Like, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes in their life, what they've sacrificed to get to where they are today. And, you know, maybe if we did know those things, would we root for these people more? I don't know. But again, I suppose we look at Roman Reigns' story in his life. And it's not been good. We were watching old wrestling the other day, and Roman Reigns' brother was actually wrestling on there. Now he's deceased. Rest in peace to him. And Roman Reigns has battled with cancer. Was it leukemia that he had?
Yeah.
So Roman Reigns has had a bit of a battle. And I think when we look at this, we don't want to attack him, obviously. We do want to see him excel because of the hardships he's been faced with, but also we want to see you there. If you're our champion and you're the biggest deal to everyone, we want to see you. We want to see you all the time. We want to see you fighting. And again, you may have health issues that stop that. We don't know. But we want to see our champs there all the time. That's what I think.
So,
And if, regardless of what you're going through, if you can't be there, maybe let someone who can be there take that shot and be in that place.
That's right.
So, okay, so we've got some little bit of a thing to think about, I suppose, my dudes, with what could happen in Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Again, how can Cody, if he doesn't win Royal Rumble, potentially go for the Universal Championship?
There's only one way.
Exactly.
Possibly Elimination Chamber. If they,
Yes.
But I don't know how they'll do it, but it's the only other way I can think. If he doesn't win the Royal Rumble, they could possibly put him in a match. In like a Smackdown match on that. Something, I'm not sure, but I'm just not sure how they're going to work that. If he doesn't win the Royal Rumble, that is. But I just don't know, 2 years in a row.
It could happen.
I don't love the idea of giving it to someone 2 years in a row.
I agree. I do agree.
Like, same Royal Rumble winner 2 years in a row, same main event, WrestleMania 2 years in a row.
Feels like it's just the same year.
I don't love it, to be honest. It's not like I've been waiting all year to see Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns again. Cody Rhodes is on a completely different path right now.
Yeah.
He's nowhere even near Roman Reigns and what he's doing. It's like, and I'm enjoying what Cody Rhodes is doing over there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'd like to see Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship, considering he's beaten Seth Rollins every time he's fought him. You know? Maybe they should give him a title shot instead of giving him to Jay and Drew and everyone else that Seth Rollins can beat.
See, here's the thing, but so another championship we haven't touched a lot on, I suppose, is Seth Rollins. Now, he will obviously defend his at WrestleMania. Who do we think that's going to be against?
Well, there was rumours that CM Punk. But
how do you guys feel about that? And the roster. How does the roster feel about CM Punk coming back and getting a title shot like that?
But now they're talking actually CM Punk versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania.
Yeah, you did say this.
Yeah.
Now,
apparently they really want to make that work, but they're apparently struggling.
Stone Cold's been out of it for a long time. I love him.
I love Stone Cold to death.
But if he's not been into it, don't bring him back because it's not going to be good.
Well, he came a couple of years ago, remember, against Kevin Owens, and had a match, and it was just, it was great. It was great to see him back,
but it wasn't a great match.
No.
And I think the problem is
they just get to a point where they get too old.
They do, do. But if they're not been consistently training in it as well, at that age, no way are they coming back. Like, yes, we see Ric Flair still wrestle.
That's right.
But Ric Flair has not stopped.
Exactly.
This man has not stopped.
Exactly.
Like, I remember when we were bringing back Undertaker a lot.
Yeah, every year for WrestleMania.
Come on, guys. Like, leave him alone sometimes. Leave him alone.
I just think it's the worst place to put someone like, for example, Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know what I mean? It's like, you want him to come back and the crowd to go crazy. It's like, that's great. It's like, do it on Raw, man.
Yeah.
Like I did with The Rock the other week on SmackDown. You come back, Austin Theory and Rock Bottom. It's like, that was great.
Yeah.
It's like, and he can't really mess that up. And if he does, it's SmackDown. It's not WrestleMania.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's
Whereas
right. I do know what you mean.
if you fuck up a whole match at WrestleMania, no one's ever going to forget that.
That's true. That it is the main event. Okay, dudes, we're about to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
But I just want to touch base on one last thing, and that is retirement match. John Cena. Who do we think is going to be the one to retire John Cena? They say it was Solo. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Who do we think could be that person?
I actually like CM Punk versus John Cena again for old time's sake.
Yeah, we do like old time's sake, don't we?
Yeah, I think that'd be nice. Or Randy Orton versus John Cena, which is even probably more old
I think that would be a good one because they've always disliked each other as well in their long reigning career, and it was kind of personal for a long time too.
It was.
But now they like each other personally, and they have that mutual agreement. They get along with each other. I think that would be cool to see personally. Randy Orton retiring John Cena.
Yeah, I think that would be too. I think John Cena would respect that. You know what I mean? I think he could walk away happy with that.
Absolutely.
Obviously, it wouldn't walk away happy with like Solo retiring him. You know what I mean? I just feel like he's too new to have that.
He's not the person to do that. Yes,
That's right.
do.
Even Roman Reigns, like, would be a better person to retire John Cena. It's like fair enough. He's been around for a long time now. Cool. Like I get it. You know what I mean? He's established.
Yes.
That's not Solo.
No, that's right.
Who the hell's
That
Solo?
is right.
Solo's on like Logan Paul level.
Solo is still coming up. That's
You know what I
exactly
mean?
right.
New.
That's exactly right. Okay, my dudes. So, well, we've discussed what's happened over the last few weeks. Obviously, we have Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins happening tomorrow on Raw. So, yeah, can't wait to see it all, my dudes. Stay tuned. We hope that you have a great day. Enjoy your wrestling week. Hopefully, juicy stuff happens.
Sure.
And we will see you next week, my dudes.
Awesome.
Bye for now.